What's going on, YouTube? We're back again bringing you guys another video, and finally, yes, finally we are in Apocalypse game mode. We went through Survivor. I gave you a build for that. I gave you a build for Veteran, and I also gave you a build for Nightmare. And now we are finally on the most difficult build in the game, Apocalypse, and I'm so excited to show you guys this farming build that I have created. I personally believe that this is the best and easiest build I can use in Apocalypse to get me through Apocalypse with no worries. Now, it's not the best where it will literally stop you from dying, but it is the best where it allows you to get through the content as quickly as possible. What I mean by as quickly as possible, no, I'm not talking about really going super fast. I'm talking about just naturally getting through the content without struggling too much. I'm going to be putting up images of each item and the description along with it so you guys can read along and see exactly what I'm talking about when I'm breaking it down. And also, furthermore, I am going to provide to you guys reasons why I use this build over anything else, and I'm going to also explain to you reasons why in the community currently there's people talking about how certain builds are clickbaited or title related to the build that they made based off of math and non-math situations. Let me tell you guys right now, we are in 2023. Back in 2006, you guys know that we just picked up the game and played the game and learned through our own mistakes. When we researched on YouTube, all we looked up was how to play the game itself. Like, the builds we created was our own creativity. Now we're getting bashed today about builds that people come up with and, you know, try to give a little edge with their titles, just to provide you guys with more clarity of what they believed when they made the build on how it works. But in the reality of things, guys, we're all just playing the game just to play the game at the end of the day. You will get more enjoyment by just playing the game and trying out all weapons and all builds instead of just trying to find the best build that will get you through something and only use that build. You will be bored out of your mind, I am trying to tell you. Now, this is the build right here. I'm going to show you how it works against Apocalypse bosses, if I can pay attention. Dodging is key, and learning the mechanics of any boss will always be key when making a build, because if you do hardcore mode, guess what? You can't die, which means you have to learn how to perfectly get through the content without taking damage, unless you use one of the tank builds that carry you through the game. Okay, let's focus up for a second. I'm gonna use the melee to get that little extra DPS from the shock if I can get to the lady. Let me clear this guy out of the way. I add in the extra shock to push them back a little bit, and to provide, like I said, to provide that extra DPS. There you go. Now she got shot. You see how she got pushed back a little bit? Hold on, I got people behind me and stuff. You know what's crazy? The Space Moon outfit, its worst element is fire. And you see how much less health we're taking on Apocalypse. We should be dead by now, but it's, like I said, this build is smooth, and the bow gives you health back. So we good, man. We good. Boss is right here. I'm literally chilling. I barely ate. I took like 2 relics at most, and boom, we're done. But as you guys can see, you can easily get through Apocalypse with this build. Obviously, you're gonna die every now and then. That's just natural. You're going to die. Nobody's perfect. And then, unless you continuously repeat that same boss until you really memorize the mechanics, and you cannot take any hits, right? All right, so we got the Crescent Moon, fully maxed out, level 10. Damage is at 261. But the main key point of this bow and why it makes it so juicy is the Moonlight Barrage. Empowers the bow for 15 seconds. Arrows apply moonlight to enemies for 3 seconds. Enemies struck by crescent moon while moonlit release a moon essence which returns 1 arrow, heals 5% of the max health, and grants 15% fire and reload speed for 5 seconds. That's crazy. We're getting health back when we activate this mod. If you got to get a perfect release, of course, though, but it's not that hard to get a perfect release. But when you do, you will also do double the damage and you will get 5% health back of your max health, right? So that is crazy. Basic shots automatically become charged shots. Manually charged shots fire 2 arrows. Okay, so you want to kind of get those charged shots if you can, so you can get the 2 arrows. All right, and then we're rocking the Slayer. Reloading increases the damage of this weapon's next shot by 20% for the last 3 seconds. When we're shooting the arrow, we're constantly reloading. So that the next shot increases for 20%, but only for 3 seconds. So it's not the best mod you can use, but I mean, it's not the best mutator you can use, but it is a great mutator. As you guys can see, it will still get you through the content. Like I said before, the best weapons and builds in the game may not still be the best to other people. Everybody has their own opinions on the builds that they create, and I'm telling you, with this setup I have now, and with this build and with the weapons setup I'm using as well, you guys can officially see me getting through boss content on Apocalypse with no problem, and getting through the Apocalypse missions with no problem using this setup. All right, so it works. All right, give it a try if you haven't tried it already. I'm telling you, it works. The Krell Axe plus 19, it's not fully maxed out yet, but we got plus 9. And what the mod does, Krell Edge, charge to throw the Krill Axe, which applies overloaded on hit, dealing 166.8 shock damage every 5 seconds for 10 seconds. Shortly after throwing, another will appear in the wielder's hand. So as you guys were seeing, when I was throwing the axe at the boss, it would quickly return back in my hand, and I would throw it again if I needed to. But sometimes when I'm in a tough situation, I only throw it once just to get that overload shock extra damage while I am currently using the bow, and have that extra DPS on top of it. And with the Vengeful Strike, we're increasing melee damage by 20% when below 50% max health. If Blossom is not your favorite farming map, let me know what your favorite farming world is, because I would like to know. I believe Blossom is the best farming world possible. But not all items, of course, are in this world, and you have to venture to other worlds. So technically you can't stay in this one forever. If you're trying to get like everything, you have to like venture out to other worlds, because other worlds have their own farming material. But for me, Blossom is my favorite farming ground. I don't have everything yet on Blossom, so what I would do is Morrow Parish, for example, I will look it up on Remnant wiki and then find out what, you know, rings or items are in here that I may not have, because each reroll, remember guys, each reroll has a different path. Some may have a hidden passage on this world, for example, but then if you re-roll and you don't have this world, and the hidden passage is on this world, and you don't have it on your campaign, then you can't do it. So it's like a little bit of RNG on that as well. But for right now, this is why this is my favorite farming build. I just go through it, not a care in the world. Just go through and one-shot everybody, beat them up, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, this build is amazing, I'm telling you. I have killed a lot of bosses with this build as well. Now, there are some challenging bosses where it doesn't matter if you're good with this build or not. The mechanics will just beat you up regardless if you mess up once. So it all depends on how well you are with memorizing mechanics or not. All right, now we're going to go through the rings that we have. We have the Probability Cord, the Vestige of Power, Phase Warrior Ring, and then we have Zenith's Malice. All right. So with those 4 rings, this provides the great usage for this build. Okay, with the crystal heart. All right, we haven't gotten mythic yet, so even with mythic, this build would even be even more powerful. First, we have to get through polish 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm pretty sure next might be mythic. I'm not too sure off the top of my head. We still got a long way to go and a lot of farming to do, a lot of relic dust to capture, so we can upgrade this as fast as possible. And then we have the 3 weapons that we explained before: the crescent moon, the Krell's axe, and the double barrel shotgun. Long range, mid range, semi long, to short. And then finally finish off with the Space Walker's outfit. Now this will be our last gunslinger and hunter build combination on the channel. We have officially drained it from survivor all the way to apocalypse, and now we are finally moving on to another combination. Let me know in the comments, guys, below what you guys want me to put on next, and the one with the most likes on the archetype combination will be the one I'm rocking. And make sure you tell me which one's on the left and which one is on the right, so I know exactly which ones to put on. And maybe our traits will probably change around too when that adjusts. If you guys like this video and will love to try this build out, let me know in the comments below and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Your boy Velli is out. Peace, 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 peace.